The city I have choose is Mexico City. The type of climate that predominates in this city is the subhumid template climate. Regarding the water sources that the city possesses, its main source of supply is the Metropolitan Aquifer of the Valley of Mexico, and currently the city there doesn't have any permanent river in the place, and the city has a waste management program that will last until 2025. This program is a strategic instrument that defines the principles and strategies for proper waste management through goals and action defined according to everyone's responsibilities. The points that are measured are responsible production and consumption, management and use, climate change and adaptation, and innovation. Regarding the sources that generate pollution, um, there are vehicles are the main sources of emission, followed and importance by areas resources industry, households, and per capita CO2 emission in Mexico City have increased in 2021, in which they have been 3.0 now tons per inhabit. um, Emissions from natural sources. The energy sources available according to a study that Mexico City has the potential to generate up to 48% of its electrical consumption through photovoltaic system, as well as through solar heater of water, 38% of its consumption of liquid petroleum gas. The relationship between the number of vehicles and the number of inhabitants is that there is one person for every 15 cars registered in the city, and the main means of public transportation in Mexico City has the Metro Collective Transportation System. The city actually has 22 million people, and in the economic environment, the main economic activities are trade, financial, and insurance services. Um, the unemployment rate is 5.4% and has a GDP of 2.8 billion. The governments in our country, the political and government regime is enshrined in Article 14 of our Magna Carta, which states that it will be representative, democratic, secular, and federal republic. The social problem are corruption, delinquency, and organized crime. And if we compare the currently two city with the city that we investigate previously, that is London, we can see that there are many areas of opportunity, but there are also actions that Mexico City does correctly. One of hand, I think that the fact that they currently have a plan with which you manage your solid waste is very good, since they have a goals and objectives to meet, and it is well directly, since with these objectives you can monitor the process and the progress to be a more sustainable city. In the same way, the energy is generated come largely from photovoltaic energy. On the other hand, we see that much of the pollution that exists in the city caused by cars, since people need to move long kilometers and do not trust public transportation, since the city has a great problem of insecurity. Mexico City reports to aquifer since the population growth in this region has modified the terrain, causing the existence of rivers to be zero. We see how it affects the fauna and therefore the climate, making the climate extreme, causing big waves or heat, cold, and even rains that cause a big flood. My proposal is to continue creating projects that regulate activities to pollute it, but putting measure is not enough. We have to make the government has to give people tools so they can live more sustainable life. The structure of the city has to be modified, since it is not meeting the needs of people, such as a safe transportation, also educate the pollution so that they don't have the resources to crime, to survive, and put the other population at risk. With this foundation, Mexico City could position itself as one of the sustainable cities that they aspire to be.